All right, everyone, buckle up, because today we're diving deep into manifestation methods.
Sounds exciting. We're going way beyond just wishing and hoping this time.
That's right, we're going to get into some real techniques, and for this deep dive, we're using this article. It's called 11 Best Manifestation Methods to Manifest Anything You Want, with examples.
Catchy title.
Right. It's from the website Abundant, and I have to admit, when I first saw the title, I was like, sounds a little woo-woo. But then I started reading, and honestly, some of these methods are pretty interesting, almost like, productivity hacks with a spiritual twist.
I like that. Yeah, it's not just about sitting around and wishing for things to happen.
Exactly. It's about actually taking control and using your thoughts and energy to, I guess, shape your reality.
Right, aligning your actions with your goals.
Okay, so let's start with the basics.
Sure.
What exactly is manifestation according to this article? I mean, we all kind of have an idea, but...
Yeah, so the article defines it as using your thoughts and emotions to bring something into your life. But, and this is where it gets interesting, it also says that we're already manifesting our current reality, whether we realize it or not.
Wait, hold on. So everything in my life right now, I've manifested. Even my messy desk.
Well, maybe. The point is that we're constantly manifesting, even if we're doing it unconsciously.
So the key is to become more aware of what we're manifesting, and then I guess start directing that energy towards what we really want.
Exactly. And that's where the law of attraction comes in.
Okay, yeah, the law of attraction. So remind me, how does that play into all of this?
Basically, it's the idea that attracts like.
Right.
So positive thoughts attract positive outcomes.
Okay, but that doesn't mean we can just ignore problems or pretend everything is perfect.
No, not at all. It's not about pretending everything is rainbows and sunshine. It's more about shifting your focus towards solutions and opportunities.
Okay, so it's not about ignoring the negative. It's about choosing to focus on the positive, even when things are tough.
Exactly. The article also mentions other universal laws that might be at play too, like the law of vibration, but it doesn't really go into detail.
Interesting. Maybe a topic for another deep dive?
Definitely. There's a whole universe of universal laws to explore.
Okay, well, for now, let's stick with the manifestation methods. The article talks about a bunch of different techniques, but the first one that caught my eye was manifestation journaling.
Oh yeah, journaling's a good one.
So what's the deal with that? How does that actually work?
Well, it's basically about, writing down your desires, getting them out of your head and onto paper.
Makes sense.
But the article emphasizes writing in the present tense, as if your goal is already happening.
So instead of writing, I want a new job, you would write, I'm thriving in my dream career.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about solidifying your intention and creating a blueprint for your subconscious to follow.
Interesting. So does it really make a difference writing it as if it's already happened?
Well, that's what the article suggests. It also talks about combining this with gratitude journaling. Writing down things you're grateful for.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's supposed to help shift your energy towards abundance, make you more receptive to attracting good things.
So it's like priming the pump, so to speak.
Exactly. And then there's this method called the 369 method.
Okay, this one sounds super specific.
Yeah, it is. It's where you write down your goal 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night.
Wow. 3, 6, 9. Those are very specific numbers. Is there some numerology thing going on here?
Honestly, I'm not sure, but the article doesn't really explain the reasoning behind the numbers. But I think the repetition itself could be powerful, it's embedding that desire in your subconscious.
Makes sense. It's kind of like how athletes visualize their performance, right? They're constantly replaying that image of success in their minds.
Exactly. And the 369 method might be doing something similar, just with written words instead of images.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of visualization, the article also lists that as one of the manifestation methods.
Right.
So is it the same idea as what athletes do, just applied to, other areas of life? Like manifesting a new car or something?
Yeah, pretty much. The article talks about vividly imagining yourself having already achieved your goal, engaging all your senses.
Engaging all your senses?
Yeah, so it's not just about seeing it in your mind's eye, it's about really feeling it, hearing it, even smelling and testing it.
Wow, so it's like creating a whole immersive experience in your imagination.
Exactly. The more real you can make it, the more powerful the impact on your subconscious.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this all connects. We've got journaling, which is all about the power of the written word, and then visualization, which taps into the power of imagery. But what about something more, tangible, like vision boards?
Oh yeah, vision boards are great. They're a really visual way to represent your goals and dreams.
Yeah, it's like making a collage of all the things you want to manifest, right?
Exactly. And even the act of creating the vision board can be powerful because it forces you to get clear on what you really desire.
Like putting it all out there visually.
Exactly. And the article also suggests putting affirmations on your vision board, those positive statements we talked about.
Oh, right. Like, I am worthy of abundance or something like that.
Exactly. It's like adding another layer of intention to your visual manifestation.
Cool. So we've covered journaling, the 369 method, visualization, and vision boards. That's a lot of techniques already.
And we're just getting started.
Oh, there's more?
Oh, yeah. The article lists 11 methods in total.
Wow. Okay. We've got a lot to cover still.
We do. And some of them get pretty interesting, too.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back to explore some of these other manifestation methods.
Sounds good to me. I'm ready for more.
Okay. So we've already talked about journaling, visualization, those 369 numbers, and even vision boards. What other manifestation methods does this article have up its sleeve?
Well, it mentions using manifestation symbols, but it's kind of vague about the details.
Manifestation symbols. That sounds interesting.
Right. It says you can use symbols in your affirmations and visualizations, and it even hints at specific symbols for, like, attracting money or love.
Okay, now that's got my attention. I mean, what kind of symbols are we talking about here?
The article doesn't get into specifics, unfortunately.
Bummer.
But it does suggest that symbols can act as, like, visual reminders of your intentions.
Okay, so, like, if I'm trying to manifest abundance, maybe I could use a symbol of a cornucopia or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about finding symbols that resonate with you personally.
I'm definitely curious to learn more about this whole symbol thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a rabbit hole worth exploring.
For sure. Okay, so we've got symbols added to our manifestation toolkit. What else is there?
Well, the article then talks about a technique called finding a better feeling thought.
Finding a better feeling thought. Okay, what's that all about?
It's about, those times when you're feeling stuck in negativity.
Oh yeah, we all have those days.
Right. So this technique is about consciously shifting your emotional state, like hitting a reset button.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
But how do you actually do it?
So the article mentions this thing called an emotional guidance scale, where you basically move your thoughts from a low vibe emotion to a higher one.
Interesting.
So for example, let's say you're feeling really overwhelmed by a project at work. You would first acknowledge that feeling of overwhelm, but then you try to shift your thinking towards something more positive.
Okay, so like how would you do that?
Well, maybe you start by focusing on a small task you can accomplish and then think about how good it'll feel to check that off your list.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
And then from there, maybe you shift to thinking about the skills you're developing through this project, even though it's tough.
Right, so it's like climbing a ladder of emotions, starting from a place of, I don't know, frustration or overwhelm, and gradually working your way up to something more positive.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that you have the power to choose your thoughts, even when things feel challenging.
I love that. It puts you back in control.
Exactly. Okay, ready for the next method?
Oh yeah, hit me with it.
This one's a little different.
Different how?
It's called the O method.
The O method.
Okay.
Now you've got me intrigued.
So this method involves, it involves harnessing sexual energy for manifestation.
Oh, okay, this is getting a little spicy.
Yeah, the article suggests that sexual energy is a powerful force that can be, directed towards your intentions.
Interesting. I mean, I can see how that could be pretty intense.
Yeah, it's definitely a more personal approach.
Right. Maybe not for everyone.
Definitely not. Okay, moving on to a method that's maybe a little less steamy.
Please.
This one is called the whisper method.
Whisper method, okay.
And it's about visualizing, whispering your desire to a specific person.
Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about this one.
Yeah, it's definitely one that requires some careful consideration.
It sounds kind of manipulative, Like trying to influence someone without their consent.
That's a valid concern, but the article emphasizes that it's not about trying to control anyone. It's more about visualizing a positive outcome for both parties involved, aligning your energies with that desired outcome.
So it's not about trying to force someone to do something they don't want to do.
Right. It's more about setting an intention for a harmonious outcome for everyone involved.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better. But yeah, this one definitely requires a strong sense of ethics for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, ready for a simpler one?
Yeah, bring it on.
This one is called the pillow method.
The pillow method.
Okay, I'm all ears.
This one is super simple. You just write down your desire on a piece of paper and put it under your pillow before you go to sleep.
Wait, seriously? That's it.
That's it. No rituals, no chanting, no nothing.
Nope. Just write it down and sleep on it.
Wow, I love that. So simple.
Right. And the article says that when we're in that drowsy state between wakefulness and sleep, our subconscious is more receptive to suggestions.
Makes sense. So it's like planting a seed in your subconscious mind while you sleep.
Exactly. Okay, so we've got the pillow method, which is all about simplicity and the power of the subconscious.
What else is on this manifestation menu?
Well, there's one more that the article really emphasizes as being crucial for actually bringing your manifestations to life.
Okay, I'm listening.
It's called inspired action.
Inspired action. So it's not enough to just think positive thoughts and make vision boards. We actually have to do something.
That's right. Inspired action is about taking steps that are aligned with your goals, but it's not just any action. It's action that feels guided, almost like you're being nudged in the right direction by, some higher force.
So it's like being proactive, but also being open to those intuitive hits and synchronicities that kind of guide us along the way.
Exactly. It's about trusting that the universe is conspiring to help you manifest your desires, and then being willing to take action when those opportunities present themselves.
Okay, that's a beautiful way to think about it.
Right. It's like a dance between intention and action.
I love that analogy.
So we've explored a whole range of manifestation methods, from the simple act of writing down your desires to the more intimate practice of harnessing sexual energy.
We've covered a lot of ground, but it's clear that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to manifestation.
Absolutely. That's why it's so important to experiment and find the methods that resonate with you personally.
That's such a great point.
What works for one person might not work for another, and that's perfectly okay.
Exactly. It's all about finding what feels authentic and empowering for you.
Right. It's about creating a manifestation practice that feels good and that you can actually stick with.
This deep dive has definitely given me a lot to think about. I'm excited to revisit some of those methods that really spoke to me, like the visualization and the pillow method.
Yeah, me too. I'm curious to see what happens when we actually start putting these principles into practice.
And I'm definitely going to do some more research on those manifestation symbols. That really piqued my curiosity.
Yeah, that's a good one. We should do a whole deep dive on that sometime.
Totally.
But for now, we've got one more method to talk about, and I think you're going to like this one.
Oh. You've got me on the edge of my seat. What is it?
Okay, so this last one, it's not so much a specific technique as it is a mindset shift.
Oh, a mindset shift, huh?
Yeah, the article calls it living in the end.
Living in the end. Okay, that sounds kind of deep.
It is. So it's about really embodying the feeling of having already achieved your desire.
So not just visualizing it, but actually feeling it as if it's already happened.
Exactly, like feeling the emotions, the gratitude, the joy, all of it.
It's like acting as if, right? I think I've heard of that before.
Yeah, it's similar, but living in the end takes it a step further. It's about cultivating that deep inner knowing that your desire is already on its way, like it's inevitable.
Okay, so it's not just hoping or wishing. It's like knowing deep down that it's going to happen.
Exactly. And when you truly believe that, well, it's more likely to actually manifest in your reality.
It's like you're aligning your energy with the frequency of your desire, right?
That's a great way to put it.
So we've talked about a lot of different manifestation methods today. Journaling, visualization, symbols, energy work, even some more intimate techniques.
We covered a lot of ground.
We have. And it's clear that there's no one right way to manifest.
Definitely not. It's all about finding what resonates with you, what feels good, and what you can actually stick with.
Right. Because if it feels like a chore, you're probably not going to keep doing it.
Exactly. And that's why experimentation is so important.
Try different things.
Yeah.
See what works for you.
Exactly.
Maybe even combine different methods.
That's a great idea. You could use visualization while you're journaling or incorporate symbols into your vision board.
Right. It's all about creating a manifestation practice that feels authentic and empowering for you.
Well said.
Well, I think that about wraps up our deep dive into manifestation methods. We've explored a lot of different techniques today, but remember, this is just the beginning.
It is. It's an ongoing journey of self-discovery and, manifestation.
Exactly. So keep experimenting, keep learning, and most importantly, have fun with it.
And don't forget to celebrate those wins, no matter how big or small.
Absolutely. Every manifestation is a victory, a testament to your power to create your reality.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and happy manifesting, everyone.
Yeah.